Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakudash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rakoya from the GMS Orlando camp. And tonight, coming at you with a brief news and prophecy. All right, I have a couple of articles here I want to get into tonight. Lord willing, this is edifying unto you elect. All right, we have some interesting developments regarding the MOTB. All right, as well as some interesting developments on how Esau Edom plans on integrating his invasive and poisonous technology within society. All right, now without further ado, we're going to hop straight into it. But before we get this article, I want to grab this precept here in Habakkuk or Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 5. It reads, "Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which you will not believe, though it be told you." All right, and right now the Lord is truly working a marvelous work in our time, that though we tell the people, they still don't regard it, they still don't believe it. All right, and the marvelous work that we're witnessing, that the Lord is causing us to witness here in these latter days, is an attempt to establish an everlasting throne through technology, deceit, and robbery by the basis of men. Also, while the true everlasting throne, the true everlasting kingdom is being raised up around the four corners of the globe with the Lord's remnant. All right, the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, this is the marvelous work that the Lord is causing us to behold and witness, proclaim proclaim amongst the nations, even though the majority of people don't regard it. But nevertheless, all right, let's get into this article. Matter of fact, let me get one more. All right, because articles like these and more are really signs of the times. All right, and like our elder Apostle Tahar, all right, deemed this year through the Spirit, all right, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. All right, we're just in the 6th day of this so-called new year. All right, and we have developments regarding World War III. All right, recent developments regarding World War III. All right, we have recent developments regarding the MOTB, recent developments regarding famine, recent developments regarding pestilence. The love of many is waxing colder. All right, all the end-time prophecies that the Lord left behind as signs are now starting to come to pass and come to pass more frequently. All right, and that's the point. These prophecies are coming to pass more frequently. Okay, the visions are starting to scream at this point in time. And what you have to realize is that the prophecies that we're seeing popping off here in our days, right now as we speak, weren't happening 5-10 years ago. They weren't happening 2 years ago. If you really think about it, all these things that we're witnessing, the World War III, all right, the pestilence that's on the rise, the famine that's on the brink, both of the word and of food, all right, the civil, the sedition among men, the civil unrest, all right, the MOTB, all these are recent developments that have been happening one after the other, and they've been happening very quickly. So these things are a sign of the times, and the Lord told us to do this, all right, whilst we witness these signs, these prophecies come to pass. 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." All right, and as we're seeing these prophecies, all right, a part of the understanding is that we understand that the Lord is starting to visit the world which he made more frequently. All right, the visitations upon the planet Earth are starting to take place more frequently, and we see that with the chariot sightings that's been happening. And then the elder apostle said that as well through the Spirit. The more we're going to start seeing more chariot sightings. Why? Because the Lord is starting to visit the world which he made more frequently. He's starting to touch down more frequently. He's starting to make his power and his voice known on a broader spectrum. All right. And this is what we've been praying for. All right. This is what we've been yearning for. This is what we've been sighing and crying for. This is why we must pay attention to the times. This is why we must measure the time diligently. Okay, because these prophecies our spiritual measuring stick. This is how we measure when roundabout the Lord is getting ready to make his second return. All right. Like I always say, through the Spirit, the scriptures say that no man knoweth the hour, nor the day, nor the time. All right. But the Lord left us prophecies to watch for, to tell when roundabout he's getting ready to make his second return. All right. And right now, the way prophecies are looking, the way the prophecies are popping off, we can see that the Lord is damn near right around the corner. All right. He has to be. He has to be at this point. But getting back into it, right? This is the article from studyfunds.org, and it's entitled 6G wireless technology could use humans as a power source. Study explains. It says 5G wireless technology is just starting to take off worldwide, but a new study is already speculating on the future of 6G. Researchers from the University of Massachusetts Amherst say unlike older technology, 6G could end up using people as antennas. All right, and this is what we shalom. And this is what we've been warning of through the Spirit. All right, as you've noticed the trend with Esau Edom and this technology, it's only been getting smaller and smaller, and they've been trying to integrate it more within the biology of the people. And so with 5G, being introduced to the world through cellular phone, all right, through these different towers that are being set up, now they're talking about 6G being integrated within your body, all right, using people as antennas. And this is the intended agenda of Esau Edom. All right, he wants his technology within you, so that he can control your soul, he can control your being, and ultimately he can control commerce, buying and selling, like it says in Revelation the 13th chapter in the 16th verse. Because if you can control, all right, that's a tongue twister. If you can control commerce, you can control the world, because the world runs off of buying and selling. The world runs off of commerce. People live off of commerce. They live off of buying and selling. So if you can control that aspect of life, you can control everything. And this is the agenda of Esau Edom. That's why the scriptures say this in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. All right. The Lord gave us the mindset of this devil. All right. The mindset of what he hopes to accomplish in the earth and within the people, before he even knew what he wanted to do, before his plans came to this point, all right, before prophecy hit this point in time, the Lord already gave us the blueprint on how this devil thinks and what he hopes to accomplish. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, in verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, and that falling away happened to our nation, the nation of Israel. All right. Around 70 AD, all right, when we lost our heritage, we lost our culture, we lost our land, all right, we lost who we were, okay, we fell away as a people, all right, and that man of sin here in these latter days, all right, has been revealed to be none other than Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right, he is this man of sin, the son of perdition. If not, wherein who is he? All right, this is him, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. All right, and with these dudes from the WEF, or the World Economic Forum, men like Klaus Schwab and Noah Yuval Harari, all right, these are men who openly exalt themselves above Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, above what the Lord has established. All right, they openly claim to be the next gods. That's why you have agendas like the Homo Deus are in the earth today. Because you have men, leaders, so-called leaders in this earth today that hope to establish themselves as the power, who hope to establish themselves as the Godhead. And they're going about it through way of technology. It says, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right. And what is Esau Edom doing here in these latter days? Propping himself up as the Godhead. He's offering Neuralink. He's offering new medicines. new technologies to heal the sick, all right, to cure the lame, to cure the blind. He's offering new ways to heal, new ways to live life, new ways to experience life, new ways to buy, new ways to sell, new ways to move about the earth, new ways to explore. He is trying to introduce himself as God amongst the people. All right. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right, and these devils, their coming is after the working of Satan. All right, Satan meaning adversary. All right, and this devil is adverse to every single standard and every single way that the Lord is establishing the earth. Even down to who the true power is. So going back to this article, right? It says, a new study is already speculating on the future of 6G. Researchers and 5G has already proven to destroy the immune system, the bodies of people around the globe. All right, the cancer rates have shot up due to the radiation coming off of these towers. You know, due to the ungodly signals that are coming off of these towers, the frequencies that are coming off of these towers. All right, birds have been dropping out of the sky. All right, there's been different anomalies within society, within the human body that can't be explained other than after these 5G towers got put up and people's frequencies got put off balance. The mentality of the people has been deteriorating. People are going crazy. Our autism is at an all-time high. More people are being diagnosed with ADHD than ever before. Mental and physical diseases are at an incline. And we see this happening as this devil is implementing his technology within society. I mean, it's plain. It says, researchers from the University of Massachusetts Amherst say unlike other technology, 6G could end up using people as antennas. Specifically, 6G telecommunications could possibly take advantage of visible light communication, VLC, which is like a wireless version of fiber optics. Right now, fiber optics are incredibly thin glass or plastic strands to transmit information on flashes of light. These wires are extremely small, but also extremely fragile. Let me see. Let me jump down. All right, so let's see. So we're going to get a little bit of this paragraph and then we're going to jump down to the next one. It says 6G could rely on VLC leakage. The team explains that VLC systems experience a significant leakage of energy because LEDs emit side-channel RF signals or radio waves. If scientists are able to harvest this RF energy, they can put it to use. To turn this into reality, they design an antenna out of coiled copper wire to collect leak RF. From there, the biggest question is what kind of object maximizes the collection of this energy? All right, and that would be the human body. All right, one of the best conductors of energy, all right, is copper. That's why you back in the ancient world, you know kings to drink out of gold, to drink out of silver, to drink out of copper, silverware, and to eat from copper and silver and gold silverware, because those metals are excellent conductors of energy. Also excellent conductors of electricity. And our bodies naturally generate electricity. It says, Researchers experimented with all sorts of surfaces and thicknesses of wire after resting the coil against plastic, cardboard, wood, and steel, as well as phones and other digital devices turned on and off. First, wrap the coil around the human body. Results show people are actually the best medium for amplifying the coil's ability to collect leaked RF energy. Attaching the coil to a person collected up to 10 times more energy than just using a bare coil. Based on these results, the researchers have created an inexpensive wearable device called the Bracelet Plus, which people can wear on their upper forearm. Study authors note they can even modify it to work as a ring, belt, anklet, or necklace, although a bracelet seemed to work best for harvesting power. And this is a part of what we call gradualism. All right. Gradualism, slowly introducing new ideas and new concepts, foreign ideas or foreign concepts to the populace, so that when the true agenda is unveiled, the people won't give too much of a rebellious response. They'll already be used to something being on them. And right now, the gradualism that Esau Edom is using is having something on you, all right, as a form of convenience, first and foremost, and as a form of medical tracing, as a form of a wallet, as a form of travel means, and so on and so forth. All right, and now they're coming out with this Bracelet Plus, all right, a wearable device, all right, to transmit 6G frequency waves, man. All right, and it's not going to stop here. Eventually, it's going to get smaller than that bracelet, to the point where it's going to come to in the form of that CHIP. All right. Now, if you want to keep reading on that, you can. All right. We're gonna hop into this next article. All right, this next one is from Summit News. It's entitled, New York City Mayor Declares Big Brother is Protecting You. It says New York City Mayor Eric Adams responded to criticism over increasing the use of facial recognition technology by declaring Big Brother is protecting you. All right, and this is the same system, all right, that we see China implementing within its society. All right, we know that China right now has implemented a social credit system. All right, and is using technology, all right, such as facial recognition technology, all right, to identify different people on the streets, all right, who are committing crimes or who are going against the laws. All right, and as it recognizes them, it strikes their social credit, so that when they go to apply for certain jobs, or when they go to apply for certain apartments or certain living situations or certain schools, all right, that credit system either helps or hinders them from receiving those benefits, from being productive members of society. All right, and this is the same technology that's being implemented here in America, and it's starting with this. It's starting here. All right, it's starting with this, and eventually it's going to escalate. It's going to get more. It's going to get more stringent. It's only going to get worse from here. It says Adams made the comments in response to elected officials who expressed concerns that using such technology could lead to an all-persuasive surveillance state. And this is exactly what they plan on doing. All right, the elites do not have the interest of the people at hand. All right, they don't have your best interest at hand. If they did, they wouldn't have came out with GMO foods. They wouldn't have came out with genetically modified organisms. They would have followed the standard of the Lord. If they cared about your well-being and your health, they would have gave the okay for cures. But as it stands in today's society, it is literally illegal to offer up a cure of any sort. If they cared about your well-being, they wouldn't have started wars, all right, over in these foreign countries and brought over these poppy seeds, all right, and got their society hooked on opioids All right, they wouldn't have did this. They wouldn't have sprayed chemicals in the air. They wouldn't have polluted the water like they did. They wouldn't throw their trash in the oceans. They wouldn't give you bottled water. They wouldn't make healthcare so expensive that it's literally, any sickness that you get, you trying your best not to go to the doctor, not to go get checked out. The world wouldn't be in this shape if the elites truly cared about the people's well-being. If they truly cared about their privacy, you wouldn't have a cell phone. If they cared about your privacy, you wouldn't have some of the things that we have today. TVs, all right, constant surveillance, wiretaps. You wouldn't have these things, man. And this is exactly what Esau Edom is planning to do. He's planning on upping the surveillance, and it's going to also impact the internet. All right, and that's when the prophecy of Amos, the 8th chapter and the 11th verse is going to come to pass. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst of water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua." All right, and the famine of the word is going to come, all right, as they're implementing this uptick in surveillance, all right, because internet surveillance is going to uptick as well, because the internet is what's been killing these devils. All right, the Lord has allowed this unicorn to single-handedly dismantle this devil's kingdom, all right, by the mouthpiece of his prophets, by these lessons going out daily, all right, week in, week out, the camp videos going out week in and week out, all right, have single-handedly dismantled Esau Edom's kingdom. And the Lord allowed us to go under the radar for a time and period until he saw fit to broadcast his word to the masses so that he be justified in bringing forth judgment. And that's the time that we're in right now. And they wondering how we slipped under the radar. How did these niggas get the truth? How did these niggas find out? How did they get this research? How did they get these books? Who taught these niggas to read? They wondering how we slipped through the cracks, and it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So they plan on cracking down on security, cracking down on surveillance, cracking down on their technology, and coming down with that great wrath. Why? Because they know that they have but a short time. Pursuing to Revelation 12:12. They know. Just as sure as we can see their kingdom falling, best believe they can see it too. They can see it too, and they know. But they're going to make this final push, all right, to save any fragments of that kingdom. But through the spirit, man, the Lord is going to dismantle it all. And he's been dismantling it. And when he returns, it's over with, baby. Done data. Through. Finished. Hasta la vista, baby. All right. But that's all I had to say for tonight. You know, Lord, this is edifying unto you elect. All right, there's some interesting developments going on right now concerning all the end time prophecies that the Lord set forth. All right, and it's very important that we continue to stay diligent and stay tapped in, all right, because the Lord is getting ready to work a very marvelous work in our days. All right, that we must be prepared for. All right, both the judgment and the mercy and the salvation. All right, but with that being said, shalom, stay up.